What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllz Pick'em Show. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Lucky Man has not been so lucky in these last couple of weeks, and definitely he has, take some L's. And Tate, how'd you feel about your week? This is the best week you've had thus far, man. How'd you? It was, what was it? 11-5. You were this week.
The best week you had this far too, Joker. Like I'm an outcast. You like, oh, Tate, you finally did good this week. Oh, we just both pulled that rabbit foot out G's back pocket. That's all.
I think we had to combine to do that. I think we had to literally combine to do that because honestly, he was winning. He had been winning for a while. Our overall records this week was 11 and we were 11-5. Tate and I both. G was 6-9, right? Let's look at it. Was it G?
Yeah, G was
something horrible, man. It don't matter. Just keep it pushing.
No,
it don't matter.
He was 6-10 actually. G was 6-10 this week, so we gained some gains on him, which brings the overall record to Tate at 42-37-1. Big G at 45-34-1, and myself at 43-36-1. I'm a game up on Tate and 2 games behind Big G. Making some moves, man. Making my move. One of those big moves was my Cowboys won this week. So, hey, man, that was one of the things that both of y'all picked wrong. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all. But before we get into this Pick'em show, man, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe us on Facebook, and then subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications and you'll know that we're there. And if you're living and dying by this Pick'em show, which you really should because we give you some good information, make sure you share the love, man. Make sure you share it with your friends and your family and make sure they get an opportunity to get it in. Tonight's game, we have the Commanders versus the Bears. So the Commanders at the Bears. Man, listen, we have names like we have the Mediocrity Bowl or the No One Cares to Watch Bowl. This is one of those that's like watching the paint dry bowl. I mean, it's really going to be entertaining if you like nothing happening. But, I honestly saw a stat today that made me change my mind about this game a little bit. You know who has the most touchdowns in the NFC East from a quarterback position?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz has 10 touchdowns from a throwing position in the NFC East. More than Jalen Hurts, more than Daniel Jones, more than Cooper Rush. Man, I mean, honestly, and the lack of offense from the Bears makes me have to just go ahead and pick the Commanders in this game. So I'm rocking with the Commanders. Who you got, G?
Man, I don't think this game is going to be as bad as what people think, man. It's not going to be the big games that we're going to talk about on our schedule today. But it's definitely, I don't think it's going to be that Denver-Indianapolis fiasco that we saw last Thursday. I really do think that Justin Fields is going to show up to play. He's young, and young players bounce back after a short week. So I like the Chicago Bears to beat the Washington Commanders and win the game 27-21.
Wow, Big G. Starting them out early. Tate, man, who you got in this game, man? The Commanders at the Bears on Amazon Prime.
That's what I was going to say, man. I told my dude today, man, he been complaining about them putting the Thursday night games on Amazon Prime. Because old dude, he an OG. He don't got Amazon Prime. I said, well, man, and he liked the Commanders. I said, well, you don't got to worry about missing the game tomorrow night because ain't nobody going to be watching that. But, nah, man, Carson Wentz got the most touchdowns, but I don't know. But I bet he got the most interceptions too, though.
He probably does.
Yeah, I bet he do.
Probably does.
But man, I still gotta. I just think they offense a little more potent than Chicago's offense, man. I mean, so it's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be like I don't know what the score G said was. I heard him say, did he say like 20-something, 20-something?
27-21.
Oh, they ain't scoring no 27. I got the Commanders winning 21-17.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Still got the Commanders in that game. Next game, the Ravens at the New York Football Giants. New York Football Giants been playing great football, but man, them Ravens is something else. I picked the Ravens in this game, man.
Man, this is going to be a close game too, man, because the issue is that Harbaugh, man, he just, by his play calling and coaching selection, he keeps all teams in the games, and Baltimore either wins or loses like in the last 2 minutes of every football game. I think they might have possibly a top 3 league MVP candidate in Lamar Jackson, and I just think that they got a little bit too much offense, man. I mean, Daniel Jones is still a scrub, even though the Giants is winning games. So I like the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson to win this game, man.
Definitely. Tate, who you got, man? Ravens at the Giants.
The Giants got a top 5 MVP candidate in Saquon Barkley. He might not be in the top 3 yet, but he's in the top 5.
Yeah.
The Giants 4-1. I know I'm surprised you went with the Ravens, man. The NFC Beast now. That's what it's called this year. Not the NFC Least, the NFC Beast.
Yeah, man.
But Daniel Jones, I'm guessing probably got the third highest rushing yards from the quarterback position behind Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. I think Daniel Jones is going to be able to run through that Baltimore defense, man. And I'm going to take the New York Giants, man.
Wow. Wow. Here we go, man. I see it. So we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. This is a running back. This is part 2 of this whole thing. Hadn't they played each other early in the season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a running back.
Yeah. I predict Jonathan Taylor has a big game. I think it's going to be a breakout game for Jonathan Taylor. But I still don't think Indianapolis still has enough to win. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. But I do think Jonathan Taylor has about 122 tutties in this game. But Jacksonville has too much, and I think they beat him in the end.
Do we know Jonathan Taylor playing?
He's questionable, but I think he's going to go.
Okay.
Man, the Jacksonville Jaguars is the most Jekyll and Hyde franchise in the NFL right now. You never know what you're going to get week to week. 1 week, them could look like they're ready to break through and be like possibly division winners. The next week, they look like the worst team that Jacksonville has had in the last 15 years. And I think some of that is growing pains with Trevor Lawrence, man. But I just think that last game, Travis Etienne, he dominated the run game, and James Robinson didn't get that many carries, and for whatever reason, I think that Houston keyed on the fact that Robinson's got to get stopped. But I don't think the Indianapolis Colts can repeat that feat. So I like the Jacksonville Jaguars to win the game on the road against the Indianapolis Colts.
Like it. Tate, who you got in this game, man?
Man, we're gonna call this Separation Sunday this week, boy, because we got some different. At least I got some different picks here, because I see it like they just held off Denver in that last Thursday night game that was ugly to look at. The Colts did. They getting Jonathan Taylor back. They playing at home. They've had 10 days off. Jacksonville's up and down, man. Give me the Indianapolis Colts, man.
I hear it. I almost went with him. I know Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big game, man. Patriots at the Browns. The Brownies. Listen, a couple of games left before they get Deshaun Watson back. I think the Browns go out here and win this in a convincing fashion. Even though the Evil Empire's been stealing some games, man, I just feel real confident with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, the Empire, man, once again, they winning games with chicken wire and, wire hangers and shoestring and,
zappy lighter fluid.
Yeah, pulling cats out the stands that might be a questionable. All of a sudden you see a number 58 on the roster that's playing linebacker, and you're like, man, you're going down the roster list and you're looking like, man, who is 58? They done got him out the stand somewhere.
Al Bundy, they got Al Bundy out the stand.
Yeah. That's how Belichick's been winning lately, man. But I just think that the Browns' running game is just too much, man. I mean, I don't understand why they have the record that they have, and they got the best running game in the NFL by far. And they're not like all the rest of the teams that's pass crazy, but they can pound that rock, man. So I just think that they just get back to basics and pound the rock and beat Belichick, man, in Cleveland, man.
I like it. Tate, who you got, man? Who you got in this game? The Patriots and the Evil Empire are at the Browns.
Man, hey, Big G, do you know when Mac Jones coming back?
No, I think it's 2 more weeks, Tate. I'm gonna double check, but I think it's 2 weeks. But let me make sure now. Keep talking. I'm gonna verify for you.
Because I'm really close to picking New England. I think Belichick had Jacoby Brissett in his building before, and I think he can do something to rattle him and just focus on the run, make Jacoby Brissett breed him. But
so Tate, the verification 15 hours ago on the Pats homepage is that there's a very good chance that Mac Jones will play against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, man, I'm taking Hoodie.
You going with the Emperor? Okay, you going with the Emperor? All right, we got the Bengals at the Saints. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Saints, man. Sheesh. This is a hard one for me to pick, man. But I think the Saints woke up, but I also believe that the Bengals are waking up. I think the Bengals offensive line is starting to gel, and Joe Burrow is starting to get off some of these long passes, and Jamar's starting to get off too. And then the other thing that I saw in this last game is Mixon is starting to mix it up now. So, man, I wanna lean with the Saints, but I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow pulls this off. This is out. That's for you, B-Dirt. I'm riding with the Bengals.
Yeah, that Jameis Winston is probably going to come back and play this week. There's still questions out there about Mike Thomas and Chris Olave. But the Saints has just been playing really good football. But however, here comes a Bengals team that I think that they finally figured out the formula. You got to get Joe Mixon close to 100 yards. If Joe Mixon gets close to 100, they win, right? They lost that game against Baltimore, in which they should have won. They coached, once again, coaches just laying eggs all over the place. But I think that the issue of Marshawn Lattimore playing against Jamar Chase is going to wake Jamar Chase up out of his sleep, man. I think this might be Jamar Chase's biggest game all year, because Marshawn Lattimore, for whatever reason, when he plays those Justin Jeffersons and those other great young wide receivers in the league, he just talks so much, and it gets him in trouble. So I think that the Cincinnati Bengals is going to beat the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans.
Tate, who you got in this game, man?
Hey, man, my hate is real, man. My hate is real. We talk about you and you picking the Giants, you picking the Commanders. You see, I done picked against the Browns already. I done picked against the Ravens. I took the Giants in that one, and now this one. I hope Jameis don't play, because Andy Dalton want to get them Bengals back. Joe Burrow going home. Andy Dalton playing his old team. That's gonna be a good one. And I just think, we talk about Joe Mixon running. Cam Jordan just gonna let that happen? Pete, what's his name in the middle of Big G from Ohio State, the linebacker?
Pete Warner.
Pete Warner. Them boys just gonna let that run game just happen. And they only scored 16 points last week against Baltimore. So yeah, they on the road again. Give me the Saints, man.
I like it. Tate. I like it. I mean, you really putting yourself out there, Tate. I mean, you're either gonna hit big or you're gonna lose big. One of the two.
You're right. I'm gonna be 10 games behind. I'm gonna be up 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, we got the Buccaneers versus the Steelers, man. We got Brady against the Steelers, and y'all are kind of reeling. The Steelers are on the ropes right now, man. But I'm going to tell you something. If there's ever a game that it can get corrected and they can put it back together and it means something, it would be this week. It'd be this week that they could put it back together and then make it mean something. I want them to. I really do. I want them to, but I don't see them beating Tom Brady. Tom Brady right now is, going through some things in life, and we all know about Tom Brady. When he's pissed off and, it makes him focus on football, and he just comes in and does his job. So I got Tom Brady in this game. I take the Bucs.
Man, listen, man. I just hope that the Steelers don't get embarrassed again. Don't get embarrassed. Because Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette and that running game and all them wide receivers that are better wide receivers than the Buffalo Bills wide receivers is coming to Pittsburgh. Now, I don't think that they have as good as defense as the Buffalo Bills had. I like Tampa's defense, but they're not as good as Buffalo. But I just need the Steelers not to get embarrassed, man. Don't go out there and get embarrassed. Please don't. But I can't pick y'all, man. Y'all got to show me y'all got to win, man. Y'all got to win 2-3 in a row for me to get back on the bandwagon and picking you in the pick'em show. So even though the Steelers is my squad, I love them. I always will. Give me Tampa Bay, man, for the victory, man.
You got Tampa Bay there. And Tate, who you riding with, man? You gonna stay with your squad? You gonna still curtain it up, or you definitely see something different?
Buffalo defense is not as good as Tampa. Buffalo defense wasn't completely healthy last week. They was missing some starters. But the Steelers defense was also missing a lot of starters. Last week in that game, Josh Allen lit them up.
Yeah.
They was missing Akello Weatherspoon. Sutton got hurt. Minka Patrick was playing hurt. Terrell Edmonds was out. That's your whole secondary right there.
Yeah.
We know about T.J. Watt. The boy Ogunjobi got hurt in the first 4 plays of the game. Pittsburgh was playing with like second and third teamers. I mean, it looked bad no matter what, but that's not an excuse. But they was playing with that. The difference is, and Tampa Bay doesn't have better core receivers. But you know what's going to happen? Brady going to be at home in that pocket. That's where Brady going to be. And, they might call some bogus roughing the passer call or something like that. But that boy Josh Allen's a problem. Moving all around, running for 25 yards, all that. We don't got to worry about that for Brady. We know where he's going to be. And Pittsburgh going to rebound this week at home and going to take out Tampa Bay. Give me the Steelers.
I said if it's ever a week for it to happen, this is that week, this is that time. Next game, 49ers at the Falcons. 49ers are playing smash mouth football. They lining up, hitting you in your grill, taking you to the ground. They planting you, putting you in the dirt. Listen, 49ers all the way. Atlanta's gonna play a good game. They still got their running back out, but listen, I'm just gonna tell you, we ain't had a good game from Kyle Pitts in a while. So, but I ain't even worried about none of that. Really, I need Kyle Pitts to at least give me 10 fantasy points. But 49ers in this game. That's who I got. G, who you got?
Man, the 49ers had a lot of injuries on defense, man, this last game. I don't know if you knew that or not, man, but Jimmy Ward is banged up. Nicky Bosa's banged up. It's a lot of players for the 49ers that got banged up.
Jimmy Ward not playing.
Yeah,
but that don't matter because Marcus Mariota can't pass, so who cares?
Yeah, for sure. I just think it's going to be a lot closer than what you think because of the injuries, man. We're getting to that point in the season, man, where injuries are starting to play a factor in who wins games. Because if you catch a team at the right time, regardless of what the paper says or what the records say, you technically could win the game. But I just think that when it comes down to it, Deebo Samuel's going to make a play. Debo's going to make a play that's going to separate and win that game for the 49ers. So give me the 49ers, man, at the crib, man.
Actually, if you got Brandon Ayuk this week, start him. He's the one that's going to kill. Watch what I tell you. Go ahead, Tay. Who you got?
I got Brandon Ayuk in one of my leagues.
Start him.
I cut him in this other one because I needed to make a move in the league me and G in together. Hey, you know, Kyle Pitts been so underused, man. Big G, I traded him another league, man.
You traded him.
I traded Najee and Kyle Pitts both.
For what? What'd you get in return?
Melvin Gordon, Brian Robinson, and Pat Fryermuth. Make a move. You see, I tried to get Brian Robinson from you. Trying to match up my players. I thought you wanted old Kenny Pickett, KP8. But anyway, to this game, man, you know, it's the 49ers, man. It ain't even going to be close. They ran through Carolina last week. Why am I to think that Atlanta anything different going to the West Coast? Come on, man. They're going to run through them boys, man. It's going to be about 28-14, something like that.
Got it.
Marcus Mariota is dumpster fire, to use G's words.
The next game we have the Jets at the Packers. I think the Packers rebound. Packers rebound. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get through this one quick. Packers in this game. Who you got, G?
Wow. I think it's gonna be close, man. I think it's gonna be close. Man, I'm sorry to say this to all you Green Bay Packers fans, man. But Aaron Rodgers is a prick, man. He's a prick, man. When things don't go his way, things don't go away, he's throwing ill-advised bomb passes, throwing it out of bounds, throwing it in the ground. I'm like, man, dude, just give your guys a chance to win, man. Give your guys a chance. And I like the Jets, man. I like the Jets. I like that running game that the New York Jets got, man. I like that running game, man. So, you know what, man, to get a little separation between me and mine, I'm going to pick the upset. Give me the Jets on the road to beat the Green Bay Packers, man.
I see you. Tate, who you got in this game, man?
Where's that? It's
in Green Bay.
Oh, man, give me the Packers, man. The Jets about to come back down to earth.
Yep. So we got the next game, Vikings and the Dolphins. Look, the Dolphins had two quarterbacks go out, and I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is going to be back for this one at all. Have we heard any word on Teddy?
Teddy ain't playing, man.
Okay. If Teddy ain't playing, then that means that's a third string quarterback. I'm definitely going with the Vikings in this, man. Who you got, G?
Yeah. Minnesota, man. There ain't no way in the world. Tua ain't playing. Teddy ain't playing. Tyreek Hill might not play. They was talking about Tyreek Hill might not play. Jalen Waddle had a full practice today and came up off IR. I mean, not IR, but the injury report. But he's still nursing a bad hamstring, man. And you know, those things mess with you all year. So no quarterback playing? Nah, man. There's no way, man. There's no way Miami's going to win.
Who you got, Tate?
Man, I got the Vikings, man. I mean, they just hooking us up because we being the Steelers play the Dolphins next week. So the Dolphins gonna be reeling when we come down there next week for Monday Night Football.
All right, so the next game we got the Panthers at the Rams. I got the Rams in this one. The Panthers are in total disarray. There's no need to even talk about it. Got the Rams in this game. Who you got, G?
I don't even know who's playing quarterback for Carolina this week because it ain't Sam Darnold and it ain't Baker Mayfield. So I can't tell you who's going to be playing
that little dude, P.J. Adams, I think his name is.
Oh, yeah, they in trouble. They in big trouble, man. They in big trouble, man. So Carolina, you will lose this week. You will lose bad this week.
All right. So, Tate, who you got?
I got the Rams.
Yep. So moving forward, we got the Cardinals, who I bet on last week, and the Seahawks, who I've never really rode with, man. And all Geno has done, man, is got back there and had some quite good games. And in the running, these freshmen or rookie running backs are showing the heck out. Boy from Michigan State last week went off. I'm still going with AZ. I'm still going with the Cardinals. I'm gonna stay with the Cardinals on this one, man. Marquise Brown is on my fantasy team, so let's go. Who you got, G?
Seattle's issue is they can't stop anybody. They can score with anybody, but they can't stop nobody. But I just think on the road, I don't think Arizona's. I'm not saying they're not going to show up, but I think the Seattle and that 12th man is going to make a difference, man. So even though I know that Seattle's not really that good of a team, Arizona ain't really that good of a team until they get all their weapons back either. So give me Seattle for the victory, man.
All right, Tate, who you got, man?
Oh, that's a tough one, bitch. Y'all said it's in
It's in Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona gotta get right, man. I mean, they can't lose this division game to Geno Smith and the Seahawks. I mean, so I gotta take Arizona to get it done. I believe in Kyler Murray more than Geno Smith this week. So give me Arizona this week.
These last 3 games were supposed to be the big ones. You know what I'm saying? And these first 2 are definitely Clash of the Titans. I would dare say these are the 4 teams that are playing the best in the NFL right now. We got the Bills versus the Chiefs. So the Bills are going to Arrowhead. Bruh. I just can't pick away from the Bills. Even though I know Mahomes and Kelsey are going to act a dog. They're going to act donkeys in this game. I just can't go away from Buffalo, the Buffalo Mafia, the Bills Mafia. So give me the Bills, man.
Man, this might be the game of the year as of today. Matter of fact, I know it is. This is the best game so far for the year. But I saw what my homeboy did last year. I know Josh Allen is going to be playing to rectify that. But I'm just telling you something about my homeboy, man. My homeboy might be the MVP right now. He might be the MVP. My homeboy is out there playing, and he's done show. Even though he hit Kels before, man, he's throwing the ball all over the yard, man. And for y'all that like them sneaky fantasy players, look for Christian Watson to get off the snide this week for the Kansas City Chiefs. Christian Watson's going to do something big in this game.
Christian Watson played for Green Bay.
Play for Green Bay. You're talking about the other two.
Sky Moore. I'm talking about Sky Moore. I said
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore. Yeah, Sky Moore is going to get off, man. Sky Moore is going to do something big. Give me Kansas City to beat the Buffalo Bills.
For those of y'all who are not familiar with the KnoItAllz podcast, we know G was talking about Sky Moore because he's been doing this ever since the draft, confusing them 2 kids. Go ahead, Tate. Who you got, man?
Man, this is the game of the year thus far, man. And think about that divisional playoff game last year. Them boys scored 31 points after the 2-minute warning. Crazy. Like putting up buckets in basketball. It's coming down, busting threes. But man, I think Buffalo gonna be hurt by the fact that pieces of their secondary is hurt, man. And you got pieces of your secondary hurt, and you on the road at Arrowhead against Mahomes. And he don't need Tyreek Hill. I gotta go with Mahomes, man. I gotta take the Chiefs, man. I think the Bills can beat them. I just think Mahomes is different. Josh Allen is different, but the Chiefs playing at home and Buffalo's secondary being injured, Mahomes gonna pick them apart.
All right, we got that in the next big game. Cowboys versus the Eagles. So Cowboys at Philadelphia. Big game. G was right. Philadelphia came in here 5-0, but he was wrong about us coming in here 4-1. And I'm definitely gonna tell you the star will prevail. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. If Dak plays quarterback, we win by 14, 21 points. If Cooper's playing quarterback, we probably win by a field goal, walk-off field goal. Either or. I've watched the tape. Sat down on Jalen. Jalen only has 5 touchdowns in 5 games. Definitely one of the things about Jalen is his passer rating when he's not blitzed is 96. His passer rating when he is blitzed is 52. I'm sorry. And he's gonna have to face a real defense. Their offensive line is real as well, but I don't think they're up to the task Dallas defense way too much. I got the Cowboys.
Hey, so I got to just tell you a little something, man. I want y'all, before y'all watch this football game, to go watch Rocky 3 when Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa, fought Clubber Lang the first time. He got mollywopped because he tried to go in and match him punch for punch and blow for blow. He had to go get trained by Apollo Creed, man, that sped him up and made him get faster, made him get more athletic. And the whole game plan was to go in there and get him out of there quick. 8 rounds, because he said after 8 rounds, we're running out of gas. So I'm telling you right now, that's the mentality that the Eagles is coming in against the Dallas Cowboys. They want to put it away early. So I look for the Eagles, because if they get in that third and fourth quarter and it's close, it's a touchdown and all whatever else, Dallas just got so much on defense, man. They got so many weapons on defense that they can cause Jalen some problems. But I look for the Eagles to jump up early and win big. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles over the Dallas Cowboys.
Like that pick. I hear you. Jalen throws the pick 6, though. I tell you, he throws the pick 6 in this game. Go ahead, Tate. Who you got?
Man, I've been saying this all since the beginning of the season, man. Philadelphia is the best team in that division. Dallas got a good defense. Philly got a good defense. But Philly, I mean, you said Jalen Hurts has thrown 5 touchdowns. How many has he run for? I think he's leading the league in rushing touchdowns.
He is.
You got to factor that in there. I mean, so when you blitz him, you get out the pocket, you better have somebody spying on him. Or you better watch A.J. Brown downfield, Devontae Smith, Gabbert, Miles Sanders off the backfield. Man, Philly playing at home too, man. I agree with what Big G said, because Dallas been comfortable ever since the Buccaneers game. You know, they had to come back against the Bengals a little bit, but it was low scoring. That defense ain't let nobody really put up more than 20 on them, I think, right?
19.
Yeah.
We're averaging 14.5 points per game.
So, yeah, well, this week somebody gets like 24, 28 on them. Give me the Eagles. They're gonna make Cooper Rush put some points up.
I hear you. Last game is the Broncos and the Chargers. Listen, Russ has just been laying eggs. I am not. Russ got to prove it. We're at the place where now you got to prove it, bro. I don't believe nothing you say. Broncos country, let's ride. We not riding. They walking. They taking bus passes with you, bro. And so at this point, I'm just saying, I love Russ, man. Christian brother, man. I love him. But you ain't showing me nothing on the field, man. And you sure giving me the blues in fantasy football. But I'm going with the Chargers, man, because I got, in my other league, I got Herbert as my quarterback, and I definitely got Mike Williams as one of my receivers. Let's go Chargers.
Man, Roger Goodell owe a whole bunch of NFL fans some money, man. Because them dang on garbage Denver Broncos done been on prime time games more than any team I've ever seen in my whole life at the beginning of the season, man. It's ridiculous. Roger Goodell, you with this scheduling, man, I don't know what – you should have flipped this game and let Buffalo play on the Monday night or whatever. This is ridiculous, man. But I'm going to tell you – yeah, or the Dallas Cowboys and Eagles.
I don't think Monday night is as big the showcase as it used to be. I think the Sunday night game is the bigger showcase game.
Well, you're probably right, though, Tate. You're probably right.
But they've been playing Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night. Yeah. They always on prime time playing television, and they trash. So I like the Chargers at the crib. I like Justin Herbert, even though his ribs are still hurt. And Justin Herbert is playing, and that running back is playing. Eckler. They playing. Yeah, they playing. Eckler. Austin Eckler. They are playing. So I like the Chargers at the crib over the Broncos.
Who you got, Tate?
Man, we talked about Dallas and Buffalo and the 49ers and their defenses. They got great defenses, but the Broncos defense up there in that top 5, though. Mm-hmm. You know, they bring some heat. They've been playing crappy offensively, but that defense is good. And they haven't played since, again, like I said about the Colts, since that crappy Thursday night game that was just terrible to watch. And they've had like the mini bye, 10 days off, even longer because they're not playing on Sunday. They playing on Monday. Mm-hmm. And I got to think they had time to get it turned around. I believe in my boy Russ. Give me the Broncos.
Hey, Tate, the bias this week is going to get you in a whole lot of trouble, man.
What you talking about?
Either you're going to hit big or you're going to lose big. I don't know which one it is, but you're going to hit. Because I really do believe, man, that like I said, we're going to wake up next week and you either going to be 5 or 6 games up on everybody, or you're going to be like 15 back and the season's going to be over with. So way to gamble.
So that's it for this week's Pick'em Show, man. We thank you guys for rocking with us. We thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you'll also be able to catch us there. Also, we're on Twitter, so you can rock with us there on Twitter. If you're there, make sure you check us at the KnoItAllz, man. For myself, for Tate, for G, I do want to tell you, G is still in the lead. He still has, the Lucky Charms bracelet on or whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but he's still in the lead, 2 games. But hopefully we'll make up for it. But we'll catch you guys later. Peace.